up? You guys, we got Jeff and Deontay. You guys are already here. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are making meals with Meka live. That means that you guys are in my kitchen and we are about to cook some delicious food. I want to say hi to Jeff, hi to Deontay. Hi, how you guys doing? Let's go. All right, so today we are still focusing on appetizers and sips. So I am giving you guys the inside scoop, all the recipes for delicious appetizers and cocktails that you can use, right? Throughout the holiday season. So everything I've been giving you guys over the past 3 weeks is so you can host the most elaborate parties and get-togethers and have like delicious food. So today we're focusing on dips, right? This all, for the past month in the lives, I'm asking people, hey, when you go to parties, like what's something that you really like? What's something that like you're drawn to when it comes to food? Everyone was like dip. I love dip, rotel dip, spinach dip, buffalo chicken dip. So today we are doing two really easy dips, right? These are crowd pleasers. We are doing a black bean and avocado salsa. This is going to be a alternative to guacamole. I love guacamole, and I can sit here and we can do guacamole, but I'm going to give you like an alternative, right? So this is going to be like a little fancy, right? Because it's going to have corn and black beans and avocado. So this is an alternative to guacamole. And we're also doing queso. I mean, who doesn't like queso? I mean, queso is queso, right? Anytime you go somewhere, you have to have a cheese dip. Hi, Jay Rich. Listen, we are fancy. We're fancy. We're fancy here, right? We eat good food, but we are fancy. I am going to give you guys some tips on how to make the most delicious queso. All right. So right now, what we're going to do is we are going to prep our ingredients. It's important when you are, when you're cooking, when you're hosting, you have to have your ingredients prepped. So for this menu, I am going to prep my cheese. I always tell people, if you are making anything with cheese, I don't care if it's macaroni and cheese, I don't care if it's a grilled cheese, I don't care if it's cheese dip, you need to grate your own cheese. You guys, if you never take any advice from me, any cooking lessons from me, but you take one thing from me, grate your own cheese. This is for macaroni. This is for dips and everything. If you just automatically get the shredded cheese, like cheese is naturally soft, right? It's naturally soft. It's naturally going to stick together. If you get the shredded cheese, it doesn't stick together. Have you ever noticed like how come this cheese isn't sticking together? That's because there is an artificial coating on pre-shredded cheese. I am telling you guys, if you're going to use anything with cheese, just go ahead, shred your own cheese. It takes like 3 minutes. So we're going to sit here. I'm going to shred my cheese because we're prepping today. We are prepping for the ultimate queso dip. And I called it the ultimate dip because I'm going to put you guys onto game on how to make the best queso dip. And you can dip tortillas in here. You can dip whatever you want to dip in cheese. This is going to be the best queso dip you've ever had, okay? So welcome, you guys. You are making meals with Meka. It goes down here every single Wednesday, every hump day. We are in my kitchen. So right now I'm just prepping. I am shredding about 6 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. Now be honest. Tell me in the comments, who actually eats Monterey Jack cheese? I feel like Monterey Jack cheese is very like overlooked because people really don't understand how delicious Monterey Jack cheese is. Thank you. Thank you guys. Monterey Jack. So let me give you the flavor profile of Monterey Jack cheese. If you are making macaroni and cheese, any types of dip, Monterey Jack cheese is a white, soft cheese. And it has a really delicious flavor. It melts really, really easily. So if you want to make quesadillas, cheese dip, anything like that, use Monterey Jack cheese. It's the same cheese that's in pepper jack. Pepper jack cheese is just Monterey Jack cheese with peppers in it. So I'm going to shred some Monterey Jack cheese, and now I'm going to shred cheddar cheese. And look, how long did it take me to shred that Monterey Jack cheese? It took me like 3 minutes, okay? Yes, I'm telling you, shred your own cheese, guys. Get you a grater. This is like one of those old school, like 1950? This is like a 1950s grater. Okay, and I'm just grating my own cheese. We do not want grated cheese here, okay? So this is everything we're going to need for our queso dip. Welcome, everybody. If you are just tuning in, we are making meals with Meka here this Wednesday. You guys are just in time. I just finished shredding my cheese. We are making black bean and avocado salsa, which is an alternative to guacamole, and we're making some beautiful cheese dip. I just put you guys on to game about shredding your own cheese. And then we are also making some margaritas today. Okay, I want to get you guys all ready to make some delicious cocktails. So let's get started on this dip. All right, we're making an avocado and black bean salsa. My brother's on here, his friend Jay Rich. So hopefully I'll get to meet my brother's friend, you guys. Everyone say hi to my brother. He's on here live. He's been supporting me every single week. I really, really appreciate the support. You are amazing, okay? All right, so for this, we're going to start real easy. I'm going to have a bowl. So this salsa does need to be chilled, maybe like, I'm going to say for about 30 minutes to 2 hours before, you serve this. This is going to be a delicious dish. You're going to start with, this is 1 cup of black beans. Now, I have taken canned black beans, okay? I have just rinsed the sauce off. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but when you get canned beans, they're already cooked, okay? So we are adding 1 cup of canned black beans. All right, this is the base. All right, we're going to start with that. 1 cup canned black beans. Done. Hi, Phoenix. How are you? So when people come in, I'm going to say hi to everybody, greet you. Thank you for hanging out with me. We are making delicious appetizers today. Phoenix, hi, thank you. We have Jay Rich on here. We have Deontay on here. We have Jeff on here. This is like where the party is, for real. So for this dip, we're going to start with black beans, okay? This is 1 cup of black beans. Then we're going to add sweet corn. Now, I'm going to give you guys a secret. This was canned corn. You don't necessarily have to have canned corn. You can have frozen corn and defrost it. But this is corn. We're going to simply add that. Easy peasy. I'm giving you guys this easy recipe. You can go to the store, get some black beans, get some corn, okay? That's what we're doing. Now, next to this salsa, we have to add, I'm going to put this right here. We're going to have to add some onion. And I always like to cut the onion on camera to show you guys a real easy way to cut onion. So this is a purple. It's called a red onion, but in real life it's purple. This is a purple onion. And for this recipe, we're going to need only like 1/3 of this onion. Welcome, everyone. If you are just joining in, we are making meals with Meka. And right now we are currently in the process of making our avocado and black bean salsa. And this is a great alternative to guacamole, because believe you and me, there are tons of people who don't like guacamole. I never understood that because I love guacamole. So right now we have 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup of corn. Okay. And now we are going to dice 1/3 of this onion. Baby brother, have you been taking note of these recipes and have you been putting them in your repertoire? If you guys are here every single week, if you come hang out with me every single Wednesday, I am going to give you so many recipes. So if you are a guy and you are trying to impress a girl, go ahead, make one of these dishes for her. She's going to be so impressed. If you are a lady, if you're trying to impress that guy, go ahead and make one of these dishes. He's not going anywhere, okay? The way to any man or woman's heart is through their stomach. I'm just saying. And I'm going to give you guys really easy recipes. So right now, I am dicing 1/3 of a red onion to put in this dip. And some people might ask, because people inbox me all the time, oh, I know you use this type of vegetable. Is it okay to substitute? So for this recipe, I am saying don't substitute the red onion, okay? Red onion is really good raw. As far as eating raw onions, outside of sweet onion, I would say red onions are the best. And it's going to add color. I always tell people we eat with our eyes first. So we want to eat the rainbow. So you don't want like a yellow onion or a white onion in here because we already have the beautiful brown from the beans. We have the yellow from the corn. So we're going to add this beautiful purple from the onion. Okay. So 1/4 cup, 1/4 or 1/3 of a red onion. Look at that. Look how pretty this is already, you guys. Like, food should be pretty, okay? Now it's time to add a little heat. It's time to add a little heat. So I have a jalapeno, okay? And I am going to slice this jalapeno in half. And here's an easy way to get the seeds out. We don't want this really, really spicy. Now, if you want this really, really spicy, keep the seeds in, but we're not trying to, offend our guests because everyone can't eat spicy food. So we're just going to take the core out. You see what I did? I cut the jalapeno in half and I just used a spoon and I cut the core out. No, Jay, this is not a habanero. This is a jalapeno. If you put a habanero in here, it would be way too spicy to eat. Habaneros are so spicy, you can only put maybe like 1/4 in here. Okay, so I am cutting half of a jalapeno. Jalapeno itself really isn't spicy. It just adds a nice little pizzazz to it. And especially if you take out the seeds, it's nice. It's not spicy at all, but we are going to give it some good texture and flavor. The jalapeno is going to add some really fresh flavor to this salsa. We are making a salsa, you guys. A thick and a chunky salsa. So I have diced 1/2 of a jalapeno. And I feel like I'm just going to keep this bowl here. Okay. How are you guys doing this evening? What's going on, guys? How are you doing? Habaneros are really delicious, but they're really hot. Okay. So Jay Rich, you must have a really high tolerance for hot food. And I appreciate that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to throw this away. Okay. Now, in here, for those of you who are tuning in, we are making my avocado and black bean salsa. So far, we have black beans, we have sweet corn, we have red onion, and we also have jalapeno. Look how gorgeous that looks already. It looks so beautiful, right? We eat with our eyes first. You need to eat the rainbow. I tell people, if you want to know if your plate is balanced, if you eat and like your plate is all like brown and beige, it's not a well-balanced plate, right? You want to eat the rainbow. You need fruits and vegetables with delicious color. Here we are. Now it's time to add some tomatoes to this. You guys, I love these little cherry tomatoes. They just come in so handy. I rarely buy bigger tomatoes because I can use these cherry tomatoes for anything. So I'm just going to take a handful of these cherry tomatoes, and we're going to use these later on too for our queso dip. I'm just going to take a handful, maybe a little bit more. I was told that I have small hands, so I need to take 2 handfuls. How about that? I'm going to take 2 handfuls of these cherry tomatoes. And I want these to be nice and just kind of chunky, because you do want a good texture to your salsa. You don't want everything the exact same shape, because it's not going to give a lot of texture. So right now I'm just chopping up some cherry tomatoes, and they're so easy, right? You just take one, you go down, and then you go across. Okay, that's it. So Jay Rich is asking, ever try a Cherokee purple tomato? I have never tried a Cherokee purple tomato. I have never even heard of it before. So tell me what that is, please. Hi, everyone. If you are just tuning in, you are Making Meals with Meka here on Hump Day. Hi, Jerry. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, you guys, we are making a black bean and avocado salsa. This is going to be an alternative to guacamole, because not everyone loves guacamole. I don't understand why, but this is going to be an alternative to a guacamole. Hi, Ray Edge. You guys, my boo is on here today. Alham, hi. How are you? How are you? Now, sir, Mr. Halam, I heard about 6'7". And 6'7" is not a very polite thing to say. So we're not going to talk about 6'7" on here, okay? Because no one's a 6'7" around here. And if you guys don't know what 6'7" is, just go ahead and look that up in the Urban Dictionary, and you'll see what this guy is talking about. But right now, I am chopping my tomatoes for this salsa. I mean, you can't have salsa without tomatoes. And those of you that are just tuning in, you are in at perfect time. Look at this. We are building this avocado black bean salsa. We have black beans. We have sweet corn. We have red onion. And we also have some fresh jalapeno. This is a good bowl of deliciousness. Madara, hello. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is where the party is every single Wednesday. Okay? Every hump day, 7 p.m. Central Time, it's a whole party. So right now, I am just dicing up these tomatoes. And when I use tomatoes, I just like to use, you know, the sweet cherry tomatoes, because they're so small. And I can just use them in all of my recipes. So we are done chopping the tomatoes. You guys, this dish is about to come together already. And how long? We've been on here for 19 minutes, so this is going to take like 20 minutes maybe, okay? And I've been talking. Now we're going to put the tomatoes in here. And you see this juice? We want that juice. We want the tomatoes juice. I mean, this is salsa, so this has to be dippable, okay? I'm sorry. Let me give it. I'm stepping up. I need a napkin real quick. Okay. So we have everything in this bowl, and now it's time for the main character. Hi, Con Dog. If you're just tuning in, Con, we are making an avocado black bean salsa, and this is an alternative to guacamole. This month, we are doing appetizers and cocktails, because we're about to turn up. Think about it. Holiday season is here. Holiday season is here, and it's going to be nothing but football parties. We got Halloween, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got New Year's. And a lot of times when you go to parties or if you're hosting parties, you want some good appetizers. So we are focusing on appetizers this whole entire month. So today, I wanted to focus on dips, okay? So we are making my black bean avocado salsa. I have just halved my avocado. Let me show you guys a real quick way to chop avocado. And we want really nice chunks in here. So I'm just going to go take my knife. I'm going to just go through, put a couple slits there. I'm going to turn it and put a couple slits here. Now, depending on what size you want your avocado, that's going to determine what size slits that you are going to make, okay? Now, you can squeeze this if you want, right? You can squeeze it and then the avocado falls out, okay? But if you don't, but when you squeeze it, you kind of mush it a little bit, and I'm okay with that because it adds some texture. But let me show you another way to get the avocado out without squeezing it. All right, you guys, welcome to Making Meals with Meka. We are hanging out in my kitchen on this hump day, and right now we are making a black bean avocado salsa, which is going to be delicious for parties. Even if you just want to sit here and have it on a weekday, just for a little snack, this is going to be perfect. Okay, nice and healthy. You guys, when I tell you this is so healthy, right? This is just nice ingredients, not a lot of carbs, not a lot of fat, just fresh and healthy and delicious. Okay, so Jay Rich is saying, Meka, you should make your husband and brother a moderator, so if anyone says anything out of line, they can chime in. So I'm not married. I don't have a husband. But I can't make somebody a moderator. I hope no one comes on here with beef. Like, we're having a whole good time here. It's a whole party. My friend Charla is here. Hi, Shay. You are just in time. We are in the middle of making my black bean and avocado salsa. And it was a suggestion that if the party gets too rowdy, that I have my bouncers right at the door to bounce people on out of here. You know, that's a great suggestion. I'll think about it. So I showed you guys how to put the avocado in here if you just want to squeeze it. But if you don't want to squeeze the avocado, you're just going to, after you cut it, you're going to slice it in here, and you're just going to take your spoon and go around, right? Take your spoon, go around and lift. And then look at that, the avocado, it just comes out just so delicately, right? We don't have to be rough, you know? So those of you who are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. So Siri, what is that? Miss Maharaj. I don't want to mispronounce your name. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are making a black bean avocado salsa. Guys, we're almost done with this dish. In this bowl, I have black beans. I have sweet corn. I have a little bit of fresh jalapeno. I have I have red onion, and I have diced tomatoes, and I have avocado. Look how beautiful this is, guys. Like, look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is like health food in a bowl. Now we just got to season it up. We're going to season it with 1 lime. Now, let me show you how to get juices out your lime. My mom taught me this. You just got to put all your weight on it, and you got to just roll it and press. Right? Now, you can put this in a microwave if you want to, but I'm just all about like rolling the lime and pressing it. And that is going to ensure that you're going to get all the juices from here. So I'm just going to slice it, and you just take the lime, and we're just going to twist. If you twist while you squeeze, you get all the juice out. Now, I cannot take credit for this method, okay? I cannot take credit for this method, all right? I have a boo, Steve Reyes. He is like straight up Mexican. And he's like, this is how you squeeze. This is how you squeeze a lime. And you have to twist and squeeze, and look at that. Like, there's no more juice in there, okay? No more juice. So this is the squeeze and twist method to get all the juice out of a lime. All right, for our avocado and black bean salsa. So we're going to do 1 lime, okay? The juice of 1 lime. And you guys, it smells so good already. I'm telling you, the mixture of the avocado, the lime, the onion, it just smells so delicious. And there's nothing better than just having a nice, fresh dish. Okay. Ooh, I have squeezed the life. Look at that. Look at that grip. I got that grip. I have squeezed the life out of this lemon. There's no more life in there. And then we're going to season this really easily. Salt. Okay. Salt and pepper. Now, everything inside of me, like literally everything inside of me wants to put garlic powder on here. I'm not going to do it though. I'm not gonna do it. Everything inside of me wants to put garlic powder on here, but that's not a part of the flavor profile. Okay, I think garlic might overpower everything in here, so we're not gonna put garlic powder in here. Even though garlic powder is my absolute favorite seasoning. All right, and then we're gonna put some cilantro. This is how I take my cilantro. This is the whole bunch. We're not gonna use a bunch. I'm just gonna take a little bit off. That much, right? And then to chop cilantro, you just ball it up in a ball, guys. Ball it up. Take the back of your knife, not the front, the back of your knife. Just go up and down. Move your hands while you're doing it. Okay? When you get to the end, move it. Just go around. Okay? This is our additional seasoning. We're going to add the cilantro to the bowl. Are you using regular salt or sea salt? That's what Deontay asked. That's a very great question. So my go-to, everybody, is if you guys see me pull this, there's sea salt in here, okay? I have a very fine sea salt. Sometimes I use coarse sea salt. Sometimes I use fine sea salt. This is sea salt that's in here. All right? So now all we do is we mix this together. Now, if you're going to make this for a party and for serving, you can mix this in a bigger dish and then take it out and put it in a smaller dish when you're serving. But if you know you're going to have a lot of people and you just want to make it in its serving dish, you can totally make it in its serving dish. Like, we want this to be easy. And then all you have to do is just clean up the dish when it's time to serve. So let's see here. Look at this. Is that looking? Oh my God, it smells so amazing already. I really just want to just take a big bite of it. Now, I'm just mixing it gently. Now, you see how I'm just kind of folding it over? Because we do have the avocado in there. And I have a very ripe avocado. So we don't want the avocado to get too mushy and just kind of muddy, the dish. We still want the dish to look nice and beautiful and gorgeous with all the colors. So I'm just, just be gentle, you guys, okay? We are loving this dip, right? We're basically making love to it, okay? Now, here you go. Now, look at this. Now, I'm going to just taste it just to see if I need to add anything additional. And I don't. I do not. I'm sorry, guys. I keep going off camera. Let me just bring my paper towels over here because I keep leaving camera. I don't need to add anything. Now, I am going to serve this in this bowl. So you can either take a clean towel or a paper towel, and you just want to just go around. And what you're going to do is you're going to clean up the sides of the bowl. You don't want to serve anything. Now, the bowl isn't dirty, but you still want it to look nice, right? People eat with their eyes first. You see how I did that? I just went around the sides. Now, I am going to put this in the refrigerator until we're done with our next dish. And this is going to be ready. This is our avocado black bean salsa. For those who are just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. Hi, Karim. Hi. How are you? So we just finished our first dish. This took what? Because I was talking to you guys. It took about 30 minutes, but I was talking to you guys. But this is the black bean avocado salsa. I'm about to go to my refrigerator. I don't like to be off camera, but y'all see me way back here. Hey, guys. All right. Let's get started on this next dish. We are focusing on dips today, guys, because who doesn't like a good dip when you go to a party? Everybody loves dip. So I just gave you guys a really nice alternative to guacamole because everyone doesn't like guacamole. And you're gonna, give your people an option to have something more delicious. Now we're going to make queso because everyone in the whole entire world should love some type of dip with some queso, okay? Take out your notes because here's a little secret. I'm going to tell you guys how to make the best queso. And it's not going to be runny. It's not going to be like greasy. All right? I'm about to put you guys onto game. Let me bring out this is my hot plate. Okay. I'm going to make it in a pan. I'm making this queso in a pan because it allows it's a wider surface area. Hi, every one of you are just tuning in. You are making meals with Meka on Wednesday, hump day. We are focusing on appetizers. You're just in time because we're making queso. Someone, Deontay Pate, said he made queso earlier today. What did you put in your queso, sir? Tell us about that queso. While the pan is heating up, I'm going to tell you guys the ingredients for this queso so you'll know. All right. The main ingredient is your cheese. I grated my own cheese. You guys, if you are making any dish where your cheese has to melt, please don't use the store-bought shredded cheese. It has a chemical on each of these little bitty shreds to make sure it doesn't stick together. Has anyone ever wondered why, if you get shredded cheese, nothing sticks together? Because natural cheese, when you shred it, it's going to stick together. Okay? Grade your own cheese. You're going to thank me later. So, main ingredient, I have about 3 ounces of Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack is a really soft, delicious white cheese, and it melts really, really easily, and it has a really nice flavor. Okay, and then I have some sharp cheddar. Now, sharp cheddar is what's going to give this queso a punch. Okay, so the base of it is going to be the Monterey Jack, but I don't want it to, we don't want to pucker when we're eating this. So we're just going to add just a little bit of sharp cheddar because sharp cheddar does give it that little punch that we need. All right, we got that. We're also going to add some green chilies to our queso. This is going to give it a little, oh, what is that flavor? It's the green chilies. We're going to add that. And then we have this. And you're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. This is not cream. This is not milk. This is evaporated milk. I just put y'all on the game real quick, okay? Go ahead, take your little notebook, pull out your notes on your phone. When you're making a cheese sauce, use evaporated milk. It's nice and thick and rich, and it's going to make sure everything is nice and creamy. Now, Deontay said that he used cheese, chili beans, diced peppers, and a little beef in his queso. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. We are doing a really nice, simple queso right now. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are perfect timing because we're going to make, and I call it the ultimate queso because it's just going to be so smooth and so delicious and so cheesy. So Deontay already knew my trick. He uses evaporated milk. I thought evaporated milk was my secret and I'm sharing it with everyone. You guys, we have Jocelyn on the line today. Hi, Jocelyn. Happy birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Jocelyn. She's hanging out with us here as we're making meals with Meka. How old are you today? Okay, so our pan has preheated. I keep touching this because this is preheated. Now, we are going to put our evaporated milk in here. And the key to making a really good, delicious cheese sauce is you really do have to just pay attention to it. And you want to add the ingredients low and slowly. Okay, I am using a pan because it's going to give me more surface area. And everything's going to heat up more evenly. You guys, it is Jocelyn's 16th birthday. Happy sweet 16. Are you here to learn how to cook? Is cooking one of your fortes? Is that what you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Happy birthday, Jocelyn. Yay. All right, guys. So I have my evaporated milk. That is secret number 1. So we're just going to make sure this is just nice and hot, okay? While this is heating up, let me go to my spice counter over here. And I am going to put a little garlic in this, okay? Just a little bit. Let me go up here. Oh, okay. So I do have we have a little smoked paprika And we do have a little garlic powder because I am going to put this garlic powder in my cheese sauce, okay? Hi, Tamika. Tamika saying happy birthday to Jocelyn. Jocelyn, we're all hanging out for your birthday. Happy hump day, everybody. Happy Jocelyn's birthday, everybody. You are just in time. We are making our cheese sauce, okay? So I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's starting to, get warm and get bubbly. So we're going to add our cheese a little bit at a time, okay? We're not going to add all of it. So I'm going to start with the base of it, and I'm going to add the mozzarella, not the mozzarella, I'm going to add the Monterey Jack. Now, I do not suggest using mozzarella cheese in your cheese sauce because you guys know mozzarella cheese is very stringy and it has that cheese pull, and I love a good cheese pull, but not in my cheese sauce. I don't want my cheese sauce to have a cheese pull. I want me to be able to dip it and put it right in my mouth. I don't want anything just hanging. So I do not suggest using any type of mozzarella cheese. Someone said Velveeta. Velveeta cheese is always good for anything that you want to do creamy. I use Velveeta in some of my cheese sauces, and I also use Velveeta in my macaroni and cheese. If I'm using Velveeta, I want to have something a little heavy to go with it because Velveeta really doesn't have a good cheese flavor. So if I am doing like a rotel dip, so if I'm putting meat and tomatoes and things like that, I would definitely use Velveeta. But because this dish is just basically going to be cheese, I want to have a cheese that has a nice flavor. So I'm using a Monterey Jack cheese as the base, okay? And I'm just going to melt this really nice and slowly. I want that cheese to be fully incorporated. And I might have to melt a little bit more. Okay. That's just because I was just trying to eyeball everything. But if you're making this at home, you're going to use 1 can of evaporated milk. You're going to use 8 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese and around 2 ounces of cheddar cheese. Now, I am just eating this all by myself. So I didn't want to make a huge pot of queso, because what am I going to do with all this queso? All right, so the Monterey Jack cheese is fully melted. Now I'm going to add my cheddar. And you guys, I might have to add more cheese to this. We just have to see what the consistency is because we don't want it to be watery, right? We want it to be nice and thick and cheesy. So, and I have just, have this on low, and it is just really foolproof, and the cheese is just melting. Now while that is melting, I'm just going to go to the refrigerator and get more cheese because I feel like I'm going to need more. Okay, and it's okay, we're live and you can see like real things happen in the kitchen when you start and you think that you've had enough and you think that everything's okay, and it's like, wait a minute, no, that's not right. Guess what? You got to pivot. So right now on live, I'm telling you that this cheese sauce is going to be a little too loose, but it's okay. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to add more cheese. Now, do I have to grate it? I really don't have to grate the cheese because I have a great knife. I'm just going to slice it really thin and slice it enough where it melts. Now, do you guys see that it's starting to bubble? Right? We're going to turn it down just a little bit because I don't want it to burn. Like when you are making cheese sauce, you really do just have to be very patient and be very slow with it because you don't want it to burn. That's the worst thing in the world is burnt cheese. All right. So I am just cutting up over here on the side. Can you guys see? I'm just cutting up some more cheese, and this is Monterey Jack. Now, if you want to use different cheese combinations, you can. You can use pepper jack, which is Monterey Jack with peppers in it. You can use, medium cheddar. You can use any type of cheddar cheese you like, but go sparingly on a sharp cheddar because sharp cheddar is exactly that, is sharp. A little arrowroot powder or xanthan gum will work. Okay, that is dark flow. You are 100% right. So Thank you. So Dark Flow is saying if my cheese sauce is too thin, then I can add some thickeners, and he's 100% right. And the xanthan gum will make this a little thicker. But you know, some people aren't really comfortable with using, you know, different things like that. So, but you're 100% right. If your cheese sauce is too thick, you just have to add more cheese, right? And what you can do is you can make a cheese with a roux. Hi, Uncle Rob. Cooking with Uncle Rob is on here. Hello, Uncle Rob. How are you doing, sir? You are making meals with Meka today, and we are making our. Look at this. You look at that. You guys, this is that's like silk. This is like silk. We are making our cheese sauce, and we started with the base of evaporated milk. You want to, so the evaporated milk is a little bit thicker than regular milk, but it's not as thick as cream. I would not suggest using cream here, guys. You want to use some milk or evaporated milk, okay? And you see like how it's bubbling right there? That's exactly what we want. Now I'm going to add a little bit more cheese because I want this to be dippable. So let me recap. Those of you that are just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. We are making my ultimate queso. And this queso is really, really easy. It only has a couple of ingredients. We have our Monterey Jack cheese, which is the main cheese that we're using. And we're also using some sharp cheddar because sharp cheddar does add a good flavor. And I started it with this is some evaporated milk, guys. And the evaporated milk is going to ensure that everything is all smooth. Now, we are not done with this. We could technically stop right now, but it's like, no, everything needs flavor. So what I'm going to add, all right, I'm going to add some green chilies. Yes. Ooh, just stepped it up a little bit. Okay. Yes, I did. I'm adding it. I am adding some green chilies to this. Look how thick. Do you guys see how thick this is? This is perfect. This is perfect. Deontay said Gouda. I love Gouda, especially smoked Gouda. You can add some smoked Gouda to this. You absolutely can. What other cheeses can you add to this? I said no mozzarella. We don't want mozzarella. That's not the texture that we're going for. But you can add any type of cheddar, right? You can add any type of white soft cheese. You guys are just tuning in. You are making meals with Meka. Welcome. And we are almost done making the ultimate salsa. Ultimate salsa, the ultimate cheese sauce. Look at that. I need y'all need a close up. Look at that. Yep, that's the texture we want. Okay, that's the texture we want. It smells amazing. Now, this doesn't have any seasoning in it. I am going to add just a little bit, you guys, just a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic powder. It's just going to add just a oomph to it, okay? I'm going to add a little black pepper, and then the specialty ingredient, smoked paprika. Okay? Because it's amazing. And now we're just going to let this get all ooey gooey. And oh my God, it smells so good, you guys. The addition of the chilies and the smoked paprika, it literally takes this cheese sauce from like an 8 to a 10 because it adds flavor. Now, some of you may be wondering like, well, how come you didn't add any sauce? Any salt. I'm not going to add salt because cheese naturally has salt. And we don't want this to be too salty, right? We're going to serve this with some tortilla chips, or you can serve this with some vegetables that go good with dipping, like some cauliflower or some broccoli. And this cheese sauce has taken us 16 minutes to make. 16 minutes. And look at that. It's not lumpy. It's not greasy. It's just very, very cheesy. And you know, as this sits, it's going to get a little thicker, right? So we just, we want it to be nice. We don't want it to be too thick when we're making it, because as it sits, it's just going to be thicker. So this is, you want a pourable consistency. This is the consistency that you want right here. Okay, Deontay said he's using pepper jack next time. J. Riz said no garlic, but you have to add garlic. Look, I love garlic, and garlic makes everything delicious. Okay, so this is done. What you see is bubbling. It's done. So we're gonna remove it from the heat because we don't want it to burn. Cheese can burn. This is a cheese sauce. Those of you that are just tuning in, you're perfect timing. We're about to plate this up. We just finished making the ultimate queso, and let me show you how we're going to plate this up, okay? We have a bowl, and so I like to, when you're going to plate like this doesn't come together, we're going to make it look like it comes together like a whole set. I have a white bowl on a white plate. Doesn't get easier than that. And I have some tortillas, okay? I'm going to take my tortillas. Now this is your serving. I am teaching you guys how to plate this up, all right? So not only am I teaching you the recipes, I'm just going to teach you how to plate this up nice and easily. It's still going to look fancy, but you didn't really have to go through a lot of work, okay? So I have the white bowl on top of the white plate. Did y'all see that? That tortilla fell in there. I should take a bite a little bit later. But I have a white bowl on a white plate. You guys, my tortilla. The chips keeps falling in. You guys are just tuning in. We are making meals with Meka. I am trying to plate up my cheese sauce, but my tortillas keep falling into the cheese sauce. Okay, look at that. Okay, so we have the tortillas sitting around the bowl. I put the bowl on there. We're going to put the tortillas on there. All right, that's it. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to take the cheese sauce, and we have that bowl, and I like to make look at that. You see it? Look at that, you guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And we're just going to pour the cheese sauce in the bowl. Oh my gosh. I should have did it that way. Y'all see that? Okay. Go around the edges. Go around the side. We need to get all of that out. Especially with the cost of groceries. We're not leaving anything in there. Okay? But wait, we're not done. And you guys know, if you follow me, you know we're fancy. So we just don't do anything just half-ass, right? Now, you can serve this like this, but we have to garnish it because we're fancy. Okay? So I don't want to see anybody just serving cheese sauce like this. I mean, technically you can't, because this looks delicious, okay? We put our cheese sauce in a bowl, and we're going around. Thank you, Dark Flow Genetics. Thank you very much. She said I'm informative. I really appreciate that. But we're going to garnish this because we eat with our eyes first. I'm going to keep this here so you guys can see that. But we're not serving it like that. You know those tomatoes that we had earlier? Okay. We're going to take a couple of these tomatoes. Just a little bit, guys. We don't need too many, right? Because this is just going right on top. And I'm just going to just do like a nice little dice with these tomatoes because we want this to look pretty. Okay. So I've taken maybe like 6 cherry tomatoes, right? And I'm going to take some cilantro, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to leave the cilantro. I'm not going to chop it too much because I want big pieces. I'm just going to do a rough chop. Okay, just a rough chop. Okay. And I'm just going to mix these together. I'm telling you, you guys, if you guys cook like this, people are going to think you're a chef. Yes, we are fancy. Charlotte, we are fancy around here. Everything that we do is fancy. And then we're going to take this, and I'm going to let you decide where you want to put it, but I'm just going to put mine right in the middle. Right in the middle. You guys look at that. I just get so excited. Look how gorgeous that is. Look how gorgeous this is. This is very practical. very inexpensive. It's really easy. And look at that. You guys cannot tell me that don't look delicious. And you just serve it just like this, right? People want to come up. They have a plate. They get their chips. They go, I'm going to go ahead and dip it because I'm at home and I'm eat this. But look at this. It doesn't fall off. It's nice and thick. Look at that. It's ooey, gooey. It's delicious. And it's perfect. This is perfect. Have you ever had cheese sauce where it's kind of grainy and it like the texture is not quite right? Not this one. You want to know why? It's because of the evaporated milk. And yes, Natalie, presentation, honey. We eat with our eyes first. And all you got to do, just a little bit. I added just a little tomato and cilantro on the top, and there you go. Okay, let me go ahead and. All right, that's done. Y'all, when I tell you the green chilies in there, you can literally taste the green chilies, right? And the smoked paprika. Do not slip on that smoked paprika. The smoked paprika adds a depthness of flavor. And that is how you're going to continue to cook delicious food, is you have to layer the flavors. So this is our cheese dip. And now it's time for our cocktail, okay? If you guys are just tuning in, you are at perfect timing. We have already made our avocado and spinach dip. It's chilling in the refrigerator. I'm going to pull that out at the end. We have made our ultimate queso using evaporated milk as our base. Some really nice cheese, and we topped it. And look, it's still holding up the toppings, you guys. All right? And now it's time for the cocktail. Everyone needs a good margarita recipe in their repertoire. All right? Everyone loves tequila. But let's just be honest. Like, sometimes you just don't want to take tequila shots because, you want to go to a party and you don't want to get too messed up. And I don't know about you guys, but I really can't handle any type of shots these days. All right? In my college days, yes. Right now, no ma'am, no sir. So we are doing a delicious margarita. And this margarita is perfect for, let me just say, some people think that margaritas are only for the summertime. No, they're not. Okay, we are about to make a seasonal margarita, and it is a cranberry spiced margarita. Let's get started. First, hold on. First, what we're going to do is just on a plate, because we're going to rim the glasses. I'm going to make our rimming mixture. Okay, and it's really, really easy. I'm going to put my cutting board here so you guys can see this. Those of you that are just tuning in, we are making meals with Meka. You are perfect timing. We are at the cocktail. It is cocktail hour right now. And we are about to make our cranberry spiced margarita. So I have a little sugar. Okay. A little sugar, little cinnamon. You guys didn't know that sugar and cinnamon went with tequila? And it does. Okay. This is we're just going to mix this together. All right, we're going to rim our glass with the cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon sugar, really, really easy. Okay? Okay. Let's make this good cocktail, guys. So in my shaker, I have some ice. I'm going to make sure I drain this. It's been sitting for a little bit. So I have ice in my shaker, okay? You're going to use Reposado. My Blanco drinkers out there, we're going to switch to Reposado. Reposado is a brown tequila. It's aged a little bit longer, and it's typically aged in whiskey barrels. That's why you get this nice dark color. For those of you who don't know the difference between Blanco and Reposado. We're going to use Reposado because it's really smooth, and it has a smokiness that the Blanco doesn't. It's going to be perfect for this margarita because we want that smokiness, we want that warmthness. Okay, so we're using reposado. All right. So we're going to do 2 parts tequila. Now I am going to measure this with my my measurer. I can't remember the official name of this. With my measurer, because I want it to taste delicious. Now if you're at home and you're just making these for yourself, and you want your, you know, you just want to make it a little stronger, then you don't have to use this. But I'm going to use this so I can make everything equal. So we have 2 parts reposado. Hi, Omega. Welcome. Now we have orange liqueur. All right. Now I am using an orange liqueur. We want 1 part orange liqueur. Okay. Now I am using, Cointreau here. You can use Grand Marnier. If you want to go a little bit, less, you can use triple sec, or you can use even blue carousel. It's going to change the color. All those are orange liqueur, but we're fancy. Okay. We have already established that we're fancy. So we're doing a top shelf margarita here. I don't care what you use. You still get the same flavor. So if you don't want to use like a Cointreau or a Grand Marnier, go ahead and use a triple sec. It's the same orange liqueur. This just has a little more alcohol to it. So you're going to get tippier. You're going to get tipsier. We are making top shelf margaritas here. Everything is top shelf because we're fancy. Oh, okay. Jay Rich Guy says that he has to go. Thank you for tuning in. You're here every week. I really appreciate you. You guys, you have a great evening. Thank you. Okay, guys, we have ice. We have 2 parts tequila reposado. We have 1 part of orange liqueur. Okay. Next, we're going to do 2 parts of a cranberry juice. Now, I am using a mixed like cranberry juice cocktail because I want that sweetness. It already has sugar in it. We're going to do 2 parts of the cranberry juice. Now, if you want to, for my health fanatics out there, if you want to use 100% cranberry juice and it's nice and tart, go ahead and put that in here. I'm telling you, your drink is going to be a little tart though, okay? So I am using just like a cranberry juice blend. It has maybe like 25% juice, but it's going to give me that cranberry flavor that I need. It's also going to give me that sugar that I need for this drink, because I don't like really, really like alcohol-y margaritas. That's just not my thing. So we have that in here. And then last but not least, okay, we're going to put just a little lime juice. Okay. So in this, let me tell you all the flavors that's in here. We have the agave, flavor from the tequila. We have the orange flavor from the orange liqueur. We have the cranberry flavor, right, from the cranberry juice. And then we have lime. All of those flavors, you guys, go together. They go together. All right. This is mixology at its finest. We have that in here. And now we're going to shake it. Okay. Now we're shaking it to get it cold. And also when you shake it, it's going to break down the ice, and that, it's going to add, it's going to smooth the drink out. Okay. So we're going to shake it so it's nice and cold. Get my bartending skills on here. Okay. And I know it's done when I can tell like my ice pieces are getting smaller in there. Okay. That's done. All right. So this is the glass I'm going to put it in. You can put it in a margarita glass. You can put it in a wine glass. You can put it in a regular glass. You can put it in whatever glass you want to. I'm going to use this glass. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rim the glass. Now you're like, why do you have an orange, Meka? What's going on with that orange? This cocktail has orange flavor in there. Here's a tip. When you are garnishing your cocktails, and whenever you're making cocktails at home, we're fancy, guys, so you might want to garnish your cocktails. You want to garnish your cocktail with whatever flavor is in here. So I could have garnished this with cranberries. If this was more towards like Thanksgiving and things like that, I would definitely take this same cocktail and I will garnish it with some frozen cranberries. I might take the cranberries, dip them in the cinnamon sugar, put them on a toothpick, stick it inside the drink, right? We want this very festive because there's cranberries in here. However, I'm going to garnish with an orange because there's orange in there too. This is a really nice thin orange. Just cut it from the circle. I'm going to put a little slit in here so it can fit on my glass. In the meantime, in between time, this little piece of the orange that I cut off, I'm going to use this to build the binder for my rim. Okay? So you just take it, go around. We're rimming the glass. Everything is fancy. We're going to take that cinnamon sugar mixture and just put it in there. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Go around, shake, and you have your rim. Now, some might be big. It's okay. This is our rim. This is flavor, okay? This is flavor. Have you ever had a cocktail and you're like, oh my gosh, that is so delicious? That's what this margarita is because it has so much flavor. So, I'm done shaking it. Now, I have a strainer. If you don't have a strainer, you can just pour it right out, right from your shaker. And we're just going to strain it. Ooh. We're not pouring it over ice. We're just going to strain it. And look at that. It's beautiful. It's festive. And we're going to garnish it with our orange. And there you go. Now, like I said, if it's closer to the holidays, like Thanksgiving or things like that, you want to garnish this with some cranberries. That will be perfect. But look at this, guys. This is our... Oh! I'm doing too much. I just should have left it alone. There we go. This is our cranberry, our spiced cranberry margarita. Let me go ahead and take a... Thank you. Someone said the color is beautiful. My brother said the color is beautiful. Thank you. You guys, this is perfect. For those of you who like, you like the taste of tequila, but you don't want to do shots. And for those of you who really don't like strong drinks, this is a combination of both. I put 3 parts alcohol in here. I had 2 parts tequila, 1 part orange liqueur, and then 2 parts juice. So this is a nice, strong drink, but you can't tell. The flavor is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the flavor is like, okay, so I'm going to sit that there. And let's go get our dip out the refrigerator. I'll be right back. Can y'all see me over here? Okay. Here we go. So, you guys, this is what we've done today. We have prepared an avocado, look at this, an avocado black bean salsa. This is an alternative to guacamole. This has corn. You can use canned corn or frozen corn. Just make sure the frozen corn is defrosted. We have black beans. I've rinsed the black beans off. Corn, black beans, red onion, tomatoes, avocado, and some cilantro, right? And look at this. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. A beautiful avocado and black bean salsa. That's delicious. Now, I would serve it just like this. In a nice little bowl. Put it on the table. You can serve it next to this. This is our ultimate queso. The base of this is evaporated milk. We added some Monterey Jack cheese. We added some sharp cheddar for flavor. Green chilies, smoked paprika, and a little garlic powder. Mixed it all up. Here we go. Look at this. Dip City over here. And to bring it all together, we have our cocktail. Doesn't this look just like the flyer? I made a flyer advertising this. This looks exactly like the flyer, guys. And then we have our margarita. This is nice and light. It's still seasonal. It's delicious. And it just brings everything together. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You have been making meals with Meka on this hump day. This month, we have been focusing on appetizers and cocktails because holiday season is here. Football season is here. It's gatherings, it's parties. And I just want to equip you guys with quick, easy recipes that you can make if you're hosting or make if you're going somewhere. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the compliments. If you have questions about anything, message me on YouTube. If you are on all the other social media platforms, Making Meals with Meka, it's the same name across everything. Facebook, IG, and TikTok. Send me a message if you have questions about any of my recipes. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And I will be right back here. You guys already know. Right back here next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Okay? Because, guys, it is always right? Everything is when you're making meals with Meka. Cheers. Cheers. Health-wise, health sciences. Bless you, Meka. Working hard and doing your YouTube channel. You are on your way. Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much. Cheers. I appreciate you guys. I cannot wait to see you guys next Wednesday. Now, this is my dinner. So I'm about to go make me a plate of these appetizers. I'm going to finish this cocktail. And enjoy the rest of my night. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys later. Let me know if you make these dishes. Okay, take pictures. Tag me. Let me know. Cheers. Bye, guys.